explore that thought in our next segment.
Decolonize your mind. That's a lot to unpack.
It is, and it's a process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think this is where Freire's work gets especially relevant for those of us who, maybe come from the oppressor class but want to be allies.
Yeah, because it's easy to just say, I'm on the right side.
Uh-huh.
But as we saw, Freire challenges us to go beyond that.
Right, exactly. And one of the things he cautions against is this tendency, to approach liberation from this savior complex.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we know better.
Right, right. We're going to come in and rescue you.
Yeah. And one of the YouTube videos really, really kind of drove this home. It was talking about how, even well-intentioned help
Right.
can be oppressive.
If it doesn't respect the agency.
If it doesn't genuinely respect the agency and the leadership of those who are most affected by the issue.
Yeah, it's that, give a man a fish, teach a man to fish.
Exactly.
thing. It's like true solidarity isn't about charity.
It's about empowerment.
It's about empowerment, yeah. And that really, it resonates with his critique of instruments of domestication, right?
Yeah.
It's like all that stuff might seem helpful, but actually,
Right, it can actually reinforce.
It reinforces the power structure.
Exactly.
So for those of us who want to be allies in this, what does that look like?
Well, Freire offers some, I think, really, really powerful guidance on that.
Okay.
And first and foremost, I think he emphasizes the importance of humility. Recognizing we don't have all the answers, and our role is to listen, learn, and follow the lead of those who are most directly impacted by oppression.
It's showing up with an open mind.
Exactly.
And a willingness to be challenged.
Yes, yes. And it also requires a deep level of trust. Even if we intellectually understand, the concept of oppression,
right,
we might still harbor these subconscious doubts about the capacity of marginalized communities to liberate themselves.
There was a quote that really stuck out to me. To affirm this commitment, but to consider oneself the proprietor of revolutionary wisdom, which must then be given to or imposed on the people, is to retain the old ways.
That's such a good one.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a powerful reminder that true solidarity is about walking alongside, not dictating. Right. It's about sharing power, not hoarding it.
And this kind of brings us back to dialogue, right?
Yeah.
We talked about how it can, help dismantle that internalized oppression.
Right.
But it's also crucial for building genuine solidarity between groups.
Absolutely. Dialogue is how we bridge divides. It's how we challenge assumptions.
Right.
And it's how we co-create solutions.
It's how we move from passive observers to active participants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm remembering that example from one of the YouTube videos where they talk about how dialogue can lead to a shift in language.
Yeah. Right.
Initially, the oppressed might use language that reinforces their own oppression.
Oh, wow.
Like, we were unproductive because we're lazy.
Right.
But as they engage in this critical dialogue,
right,
and start to see the world through a different lens, their language evolves.
That's huge.
They begin to recognize those external forces that have shaped their lives and claim their own agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like rewriting the script,
Yeah, it's like, co-creating this new story.
Yeah.
And Freire believed this process of co-creation was essential for building a more just and equitable world.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. It's been challenging, inspiring.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes a little overwhelming, but I think we've found some really valuable insights.
Absolutely. I think the most important takeaway is that Freire's ideas aren't just abstract theories.
Right.
They offer this practical framework for understanding and dismantling oppressive systems.
Yeah.
In all their forms.
Yeah, whether it's, racism, gender inequality, economic exploitation, or even just, power dynamics in our personal relationships. It's a lens for us to look through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that liberation is a constant process, not a destination. It's a journey we embark on together with, humility, compassion.
Yeah.
And an unwavering commitment to building a world where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
And on that note, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought from Freire. Washing one's hands of the conflict between the powerful and the powerless means to side with the powerful, not to be neutral.
So what actions will you take today to challenge the unjust orders in your own life and contribute to a more just and equitable world?